From 2014 on, we started to work with an enthusiastic team of programmers from Austria that were mainly known for their website N8 Dance. We now just call them N8. They also had a personal interest to improve the judging situation in breaking. Within weeks they presented us their first tool, modeled after our requirements. From that moment on, we finally had a chance to work on a task that gave us a headache since the beginning. We wanted to find out whether we could improve the system by adding a set of standards to each criterion. To decide on a norm, it is most important to find out what makes a skill common or regular to mark a center. This would be the level that any average skilled person would be on. What follows are the benchmarks for the best and the worst skilled persons. Common, best, worst. It usually starts with these three marks. Best and worst are superlatives. That's why we need to widen them in range to very bad and very good. Then two more are added between worst and mediocre. We decided for bad, and between best and mediocre we write good. Now we have 5 marks that categorize 5 different levels. From the bottom to the top we have 1 very bad, 2 bad, 3 mediocre, 4 good, and 5 very good. These levels are neat to get a very clear definition. Each term should represent an approved standard model which each participant is measured against. What makes good better than mediocre and what makes bad worse than good? What does an athlete need to do to get a level up? Each idea leading to a fixed norm needs testing. With any misinterpretation of a term that represents a level, there will be an inconsistency. As a matter of fact, with any closed fixity we came up with, we also immediately found another example that can show otherwise. From theory to practice. Let's look at a measuring scale of the criterion musicality, since it is probably the easiest one to define among all of them. We solved the range problem mathematically, but there's more to come. Besides the fact that it definitely makes the thought process while judging more difficult. Imagine a dancer plays with more different rhythms and dynamics, like in level 6, but gets offbeat 6 times. Is it up to the judge to interpret whether the dancer should be at average level, or do we need to come up with another mathematical equation? Let me remind you that now we are only talking about one single criterion, musicality. The same problems occur in each criterion. Let us just quickly think about the endeavor to use technique as a criterion, and now we have to come up with its standards in a useful, objective way. Where lies the difficulty in technique? Are moves harder to do when done slow or fast? There are good and bad, and hard and easy ways in form, style, execution, balance, and all other subordinate related terms of technique. Where do we compromise? Besides the fact that it is almost impossible to agree on levels, the biggest cognitive challenge for a judge will be the simultaneous recognition of a b-boy level in all criteria with an extra consideration on aspects where they interact. Criteria are nested and cannot just be treated as if they existed completely apart from one another. Breakers display their technique to music in a created solo. If we took just one out, it won't work anymore.